Hello, welcome to part three. I wanted to stop my recording a little early on the last video because here we got a comment, biggest clown in history, and then it's this ratio isn't. And I wanted to talk about something related to the whole idea of ratioing and, you know, who asked and all these sort of things. If you want to, if you want to roast the other side and make your side inferior, this is one of the poorest ways to do it because everyone is doing it, right? If that's your goal, you have to think a little bit more creatively outside of the box. Whenever I see people, like biggest clown in history, you know, and then this ratio isn't. Both sides are kind of weird because it's like clown is one of those clown is one of the most generic insults that you can give in the media world. But meanwhile, ratio is one of the most generic comebacks. It's very frustrating to see everyone do ratios by just going ratio or doing something. If even if you added something like ratioed by these nuts, it has more creativity than literally saying ratio or saying something like this ratio isn't. If you want to make a comeback, you gotta make, or if you want to make a clap back, you gotta clap back in a way that isn't robotic as shit, or isn't like generic pop music. Like if you want to put a flavor in there, you gotta put that flavor in there. And to me, seeing all these people do ratios, especially when it comes to Twitter and shit, it's just generic and boring. I don't get how people find enjoyment in doing that because it is just generic and boring if it's just ratio. If you want to make the other side feel inferior, you have to think of a better clapback than a generic statement. Because if you get them in an interesting way, even if especially in a Twitter world where it's just a stupid reply, there's this one dude, I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not a big fan of his content. I don't hate him, but I do have a disdain for the guy. And they were trying to ratio someone by repeatedly saying, "I peed in my basement," or some shit, and they kept saying that over and over again. And that was their little ratio. That was just them being generic as shit. But that had more flavor into it. That had a flavor of piss. And all these ratios have a flavor of air, of dense air. Like if you want to make a clapback in a just a better way possible than saying ratio, because ratio is overdone, it's generic, and by saying ratio, you aren't bringing anything to the table to ratio them besides the hope, right? So if your ratio fails, you look like a fucking dumbass. If your ratio, if you might as well not try to rely on other people for your ratio. You should be trying to make a good ratio clapback by having color, by having flavor, by saying something that could be completely unrelated just to joke around with the other side and confuse the shit out of them. That is way more better than saying ratio in so many ways. And it's so depressing seeing everyone just say the same shit. And I'm not even someone that wants to do that ratio shit. I just think if you're gonna do it, you have to do it well because you're literally like half of everyone else. Welcome to my ratio rant. I wonder. I don't know if I should call it ratio rant because that'll imply that I'm like, stop saying ratio. I mean, I am kind of saying that, but at the same time, I'm not saying don't say it. I'm saying think of something better than ratio. I'll think of something when I upload this. So this is the reference from the new Easy video. I saw it yesterday, and yeah, I can agree with it. Song so iconic. Seth Rogen and James Franco made their own version. Was that the SNL one? Because I know what they're talking about. I'm just not familiar exactly with it, with where it's from. Don't tell your mom shit. Who you think got them all? Wait, who you think got them all rich off whose back? This has to be some of the most barsuda shit I've ever heard in my Haitian accent, hot yeah big. Man, not in it with this. I'm not in it with the Haitian flavoring here because I'm not, I'm not familiar with Barsuda or Gabig. But it's nice seeing people just talk in their little like flavor. Who you think got him rich off who's back? I mean, Dawn had a pretty stable amount of income, but she had to work for that. Kanye had to work for it a lot. I'm not saying that Kanye. I'm a bit confused as to what this comic was trying to portray. Don't tell your mom shit. It's a line where it's like, this that what we do. Don't tell your mom shit. As in, wasn't a comment about sex, right? It's like this that red couple. Actually, I think it was just generic wording, but Kimye forever. Honestly, I want to see Kanye get it together and be happy. That man has been struggling so much since his mom died, and I know how that feels. Same thing happened to me, and I don't feel right talking down on him. I want to see him make it. He was so talented. Okay, okay, that's a good. I I'm sorry. It took a lot of that impact away. Damn. Um. Yeah. Uh. I've always interesting discussion that's been popping around. Kanye, especially with, I think it's because of Donda now. Kanye has Kanye been struggling since Donda West died? Because as far as I'm aware, because that's what he's said, Kanye still blames himself for Donda West's death. So he still feels like she it's one of those things where it's like you weren't there for your mom and your mom is dead and you can't visit your mom, you can't like have fun with her, right? And Kanye has their dad, right? Kanye can talk to their dad. He's talked to him several times. Champion was a song dedicated to his dad. During Jesus is King, he was talking with his dad. And I mean, to be fair, Follow God's more of like talking about. I actually forgot what I was talking about in particular, but I know it was talking about that it wasn't Christ like, and I screamed. I was like, ah! you know. But yeah, I would find it. I find it interesting. This comment. These sort of discussions have been popping up more recently in general discussion, where it's about Donna West's impact after their death, and I mean, yeah, I don't really have much to say. 808s and Heartbreak was definitely an album made to just talk about the depression and sadness in Kanye's life, especially also considering, I think, Amber Rose, right? And that wasn't helped by probably a mass slew of things. I would imagine that Michael Jackson dying had a pretty big effect on Kanye in some regards because he, you know, kind of a visionary, right? When someone died in that mountain, it's like I can't talk to him because Kanye did talk to Michael Jackson. Kanye did. He probably got over it real quick, but at the same time, it's one of those things where a big artist that you adore dies. It's like, oh shit. Uh, and then of course Taylor Swift moment, and then he had to like exile himself because all the media was doing him. He's had a tough time. Everyone and even after he's come back, that sort of moment from like 2011 and 2012, it was a peaceful moment for Kanye. I would honestly argue 24. No, I like 2015 was a all right year for Kanye. Even 2017, I'd say, because he wasn't really even doing much. But it's been a rocky, rocky road since the college dropout and graduation and late register. Like during that sort of era, you know, definitely a bit of a rocky road. James Franco and Seth is hold on. I'm not. You know how left and right, for example, when it's like which direction is it, and you put like that hand gesture out. I'm not a big. I always find it I sometimes I don't know which sign it is. I think it's James Franco and Seth is greater than Kanye West and Kim. I think. I could be wrong on that. It might be less than. I don't know. Pain. Pain. Okay. You should redo this video with a shirtless John Legend. Didn't they have a falling out? Yeah, I don't think that happened. At least not right now. But, keep your hopes up. It's good. I love it. This song didn't age well. This is so romantic. Every time I'm sad, this song brings me hope. I have, like that. Heartbreak. Welcome to Heartbreak. This, and my head keeps This video didn't age well. I mean, yeah. Here's here in 2022, especially after Easy video, everyone's here. I love this song, but Kim looks so awkward to me. Not because of the nudity, but her face. She just looks so out of her element. Love her though. I did not get a good frame. I got Kanye doing like a rise to stand. It's like later on here, right? I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know how to respond to this. All right. You can see the motorcycle in his new music video, Easy. This all gives me the creeps. The heebie-jeebies. Oof. Sit down, Kim. Kanye makes the video. Man, we mean all the men they go for making a production. It's like I'm trying to think of a good example. It's like if you it's like if you were working at like Domino's and you told your coworker, "Sit down, bitch." He makes the pizza. It's like it's a weird sort of dichotomy between the two sentences. You know what I mean? I wonder what Pete thinks when this song come on. I wonder if this. So in LA, I wonder how much Kanye's songs gets played. I wouldn't be surprised if. I mean, Easy probably played a couple times, right? But Bound 2? I mean, viewer request probably at the most. I'm not familiar with how the LA circles are. So I'm not familiar with what the big. It's going to be like top 40 songs, I imagine, is the big hits. And that's not. This song is 10 years old. It's not going to be this song. Okay, it's 9 years old, but whatever. Get what you get when you're crazy as fuck. Okay. Alright. Anyone come after Easy video? Just to confirm, reference from the game's Easy. Yep. Me no likey. I saw this comment a little earlier, and I was thinking about Stronger, right? Because it was like, how long I've been on ya? Don't act like I never told you. Me no likey. You got man. All right. As cringe as this video is, the music fucking slaps. I mean, yeah, it's just a soul sample. It's a soul sample being looped with occasionally like a bass, like a little bridge. But yeah, Kim's face looks so different now. People age, People age a lot. Kim's definitely aged, I guess, more noticeable than Kanye. Let me take a closer look at like Kanye, right? Hey, wait, can I get a Kanye face? I can't get no Kanye face up in here. Well, I got no Kanye face. What's going on? I ain't getting no Kanye. Oh, actually, I could have just went over here. There's a fucking. Where's my Kanye face? Here's my Kanye face right here. But yeah, Kanye's got a couple like. You can definitely tell he's. I don't know. I don't know the right term for it. Kanye's aged a little bit, but he's not aged as much as Kim. I can understand that. I'm here after watching Easy. I want Kim next to me. You see Kim and Kanye when they was together like this video. I know nothing lasts forever, but nothing really dies either. I mean, I hope you find your look. I hope you find your Kim. I can't really say much. Just goes to show, you do have always been ahead of us humans. I mean, he is human though. Almost at a B for like the music video. Okay, man, I remember when I first heard this song. I was 12. I listened to it on repeat for an hour straight. Things were so simple. I hope he can find the happiness that this song gave me. It's kind of like, first I was thinking of that kid singing Bound 2 that was popular on like TikTok for a while. I don't use TikTok, but apparently it was popular on TikTok. Meanwhile, yeah, I can definitely see this being like played a lot. But no, what was it? Actually, wait, I just realized, because I was trying to say, okay, things were so simple. I thought it was reminding me of a Kanye song, but I realized I was literally thinking of a Tupac song, that being Changes. Because of the line, like, I wish we can go back to the way things would be, but things change, and that's the way it is. A completely different attitude. Has literally nothing to do with, like, Kanye, but I thought of that in my head, I was like, wait, what Kanye song is that? Because I was thinking it was Family Business? Maybe he did say things were so simple in Family Business, and I'm just getting something up, but, Right, I'm gonna take this second to upload this video, and I'll be back to read the new comments.